All right, welcome back, folks. Do another one of these, making historic Brawl decks for every legendary creature and slash possible commander in Streets of Capenna. Today we're going to be doing Errant, Street Artist, and we're actually going to be making the deck on stream today. I haven't built the deck yet. I haven't thought about what the deck should be. I may end up regretting that, but we're going to find out. Top card library, perpetually gains. All right, so let's see. So Errant's gimmick, we'll just go over it quickly, mostly because I need to be aware of what it is. They're 0/3, they're a defender with haste and flash, and basically they copy spells that you control that weren't cast. Now the obvious use case for that, is it Casualty? Yeah, Casualty is the obvious use case for that. Let's see what we have with Casualty that we don't have access to. Literally nothing. But there's probably a lot of other ways to do that. I wish some of these were. All right, so a little chat. That's decent. The problem with these is that since they require sacking, we could get them for like 3, but we'll just take a look at what other stuff we have. Errant's a little tricky because a lot of the stuff that lets you like play stuff without casting it is target spell you control that wasn't cast. Isn't strictly speaking in blue. So let's go look for stuff that copies. I guess is probably a good place to start. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, return to its owner's hand. Copy next instance. That might be useful for once. Jace kicked. Nope. Cast a spell, copy to control that might be useful, yep. Copy of a creature, copy of any artifact or enchantment. Not really. Let's keep looking. Quadruplicate, not really. God-Eternal Kefnet, yes. A-Demilich. A-Demilich got buffed up pretty heavily from its base. Tax, copy, you may cast the copy, yes. Yes. We're not really doing zombies, and that's not what we want. Whenever you cast, the target's one or more. Create a token that's permanent. I'm going to add Orvar for the moment. We might have use for that. Reflections, copy that spell. Non-token artifact, you may pay. Replication, that's just a counterspell. Jin-Gitaxias is actually very useful. So we want things that make Primal Amulet, yes. Lithoform Engine, Helm of the Host, not really. Wandering Archaic, yes. Spell Satchel, not really. All right, so that's a start. It's not really great yet. Let's go grab the 2 staples and toss those in. Command Tower, Arcane Signet. I actually kind of like the look of this card. I'm going to add you for the moment. And then I guess we should add in some stuff to actually copy. So a bunch of little cheap stuff. Maybe Fly, Faerie Seer. I actually kind of like Faerie Seer. We might cut that later, but Holographic Double, yes. Opt, the nicer opt. Rune Crab, whenever I land enters the battlefield. I could try to build this into mill. So the thing is that most of the stuff that lets you like copy spells lots and lots of times is actually, at least in historic Brawl, right, or at least in Arena, is actually in red, not blue. Those are the ones that actually let you do big copies of stuff. Blink of an eye is decent. I probably should add counter spells at some point. We'll add a few more. I really like that guy. I'll do counter spells in a second. We'll go grab a few more just like good things first. Let's see. Without paying, you may play. So this is one of those other weird ones, is I can never remember what constitutes playing versus casting. My understanding is that they're usually the same, right? The thing is that they don't necessarily, they're not worded the same. So I don't know what the correct keyword, copy target. Let's keep looking. I guess we'll add that for the moment. Do we have any, does blue get access to any storm? For each spell cast before it. See, that's the thing, is that Storm doesn't actually combo very well with this, because Storm is only spells that were cast, and Errant can only copy spells that weren't cast. Put into play. Let's see, what else copies spells? Copy target spell you control that wasn't cast. Target spell you control that wasn't cast. Oh, I don't want Aegis Turtle. Delver Secrets. Let's just do another copy target spell. Is there anything else? Isn't there a... Let's see if there's anything we want to craft. Not really. Let's do... Okay, so... Not collected. We'll add Castle Vantress. Extra turn. Valrun's Epiphany. Time Warp. Are there any other ones? There are. They should probably be banned. Isn't this banned in Stork? Yep. Magistrate Scepter. Nexus of why was this card printed? Time Stream Navigator is too expensive to craft. Karn's Temporal Saundering might... Okay, so the easiest way to get this to work is to get Primal Search your library. I know there's a card that lets me do what I want. Collected. War of Invention. There we go. I guess we'll add Solemn Simulacrum. The thing is that this deck is feeling less like a deck based around copying stuff. We'll still add Solemn Simulacrum. There's not much else we can do. And more like it would be ETB triggers and... Alright, so... Draw. Let's go look for some more. Baral is useful. Folio of Fancies is useful. Into the Royal, yes. We'll add a bit more. Ominous Seas, yes. it doesn't feel like it's really committing to its thing. Position Octopus. Baron is decent. Cosmia is weird. I feel like that card, I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is really good, and then whenever I play it, I never get anything out of it. Thirst for Discovery. Thirst for Meaning. Thirst for Dummy Thick. Let's do Chemister's Insight. And Verity Circle. We'll do one more. I know there's something specific. 2 cards. Resurrect Betrayer of Flesh. I like Muldrifter. Muldrifter is just a good card. It drifts, it mauls, it's too much for Mr. Incredible to handle. Blue Sun Zenith, there we go. I guess we'll put an even the score, even though it's pretty useless. And Godric is actually pretty good, so we'll add him. Okay, so I think we're ready to go back and add counter target. Pact of Negation, legally required. Wash Away, also legally required. At least in this format. Wash Away is a perfectly reasonable card that just kind of, like, it doesn't suck, but it's just, because of the way the rules work, it's just a feels bad card in Historic Brawl, or honestly probably in Commander, I'd assume as well, right? Because it's a 1 mana counter targets opponent's commander, and it doesn't feel good. One less if you control a wizard. Interesting. I'd assumed that Errant was a wizard, but they're a rogue. Let's grab Mirror Shell Crab, Vicious Great Shark, Rewind. I don't like the Amalgam. We don't have a lot of ways. I'll do Devious Cover Up. That's actually probably going to be useful. Sycophant. Card whose name I probably mispronounced, but I don't care all that much. We already have a copy of Negate. Censor can be cycled, so I guess we'll add that for the moment. We already added Baral. We already have Rewind. Sludge Monster doesn't do much for me. Sublime Epiphany. I think that I should just add Thassa's Oracle and Thassa. And let's see if there's anything else. Create a token. Alright, what's our curve look like? I should probably get more creatures. I want creatures that will be... oh, you know what? I should get Magic Mirror. So right now, I think we're probably, like, knowingly very low on creatures and, like, the right tools to... Let's do... maybe Rune Crab? Nah. Wall of Runes. Yeah, that's fine. That has a decent ETB. And then let's go look at land. We don't do anything that requires Snowland, so I'll add that. I don't need Thriving Isle. Dungeon Descent is actually not... This is the updated version of this card. This isn't actually terrible. Well, actually, it's still pretty bad. Sea Gate Restoration. And Memorial to Genius, Mystic Sanctuary, Hall the Storm Giant. Anything else? Yep, I think that's it. I think everything else here we don't actually want all that badly. Yeah. Alright, Let's now do some cutting. Kedwick. Even the score is probably... I just want to try a few games with it. If it doesn't perform at all, we'll cut it. But this is a pretty low curve. I'm going to do something bad and just cut those lands instead. Craft all. Yes, I will spend one rare wild card. All right, let's try this deck out. So what do I think is going to happen? I think that right now the way that this has actually been built out is that this plays closer to... It plays closer to a Thassa ETB stuff, or like control into big bombs, than it does as a trying to actually use Errant's gimmick of copying cards and copying spells in a unique and good way. I think Errant would be more useful, actually, in a red-blue deck, most likely, because all of the big like exile cards and then recast copies of them later sorts of things, or like you may copy those, I feel like is in red. But I guess those are you may cast the copies, so maybe those don't work either. I'm on the play. My opponent is Niv-Mizzet. Niv-Mizzet can't be countered. Do we mulligan this? No, we'll keep 7. And the fact that they're like a 0/3 means that if you're not, they're like a 0/3 defender haste. If you're not using their ability, they serve no purpose. Okay, cool. Actually, so that's kind of good. That does mean that they baited out a counterspell, and I did not actually have much that I could have done with them. Oh, I could have used them to pilot the Almond Keel, though. Let's do this. He's red-blue, so he'll have to return Ominous Seas to my hand to get rid of it. Cold Steel Heart, yep. Let's see. Compulsive Research. I don't actually want to discard a land card, so instead we'll get rid of... Jin-Gitaxias is going to take forever to come online. And I do still want Cosmia. Thassa's Intervention. I want to keep Rewind. You're going to take forever to come online. I'm going to get rid of those two. That's less than ideal. This is what I mean, though, right? When you cast your nest, you may copy a spell, you can choose new targets. You could copy that with Errant. I did that wrong. Did I? Almond Keel. Oh man, I should have held that open. Okay, so this deck is slower paced than I thought, but to be fair, Niv-Mizzet is a really good counter to it, just sort of inherently by dint of existence. Oh, I can't even crew that. Okay, that's game. Yeah, I don't. That's game. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I can't stop that. That was a weird whoopsie doopsie particle effecty thing that did right there for a second. Yeah. All right. I just played that really badly. I'm going to give this deck one more chance before I start making tweaks on it. I think that was legitimately just some miserable piloting mistakes. The deck itself is still probably not great, but I made a lot of really poor decisions. So, and there's no point in playing that out. Like, even with Sublime Epiphany, there's only so much I can get. Okay, so observations. Errant has no power and toughness and can't crew the Amen Keel. I don't have a lot of creatures. I seem to draw into a lot of big spells, which is weird because I thought my curve was pretty 1-2-3 heavy. Oh, it's this dude. I hate this dude. It's a 1-drop, right? I have Search for Zendika. I'm going to keep. Based on how aggro this deck is, I might be hosed, though. This is kind of a neat card. I wonder if he's going to commit to like a shock or something. No? Okay, so it looks like this is +1/+1 as a deck. Copy target instant or sorcery. Search for Zendika. So what's he going to do? Combat, like not combat tricks, but spells that put +1/+1s on stuff. I actually have access to Narset's Reversal, so I'm actually not going to commit to a heavy defense just yet. I kind of want that. Not as... Do I have another counterspell? No, I don't. Top. And... Arch of Zendika. So now we have a counterspell so we can block for 1 turn. What I want to do is get to 4, be able to Narset's Reversal, and then counter or copy one of his things. 2, 3. I can still block that. Oh, man. Well, he had to commit 2 to that. That's fine. We're 1 off the Time Warp. Let's do Orvar. Orvar is another one of those cards where he's cool, but he's just not in the right colors to be an effective commander. Because most blue target stuff is like return. It's either return to hand, or do some sort of temporary thing, or exile, right? Actually, I'm not super upset that he had to commit that. That's probably decent. We're still getting chipped down here, and there's not really an end in sight just yet. Do I do this? I don't have any way to copy it. Let's do Thassa instead. Submit 0. Oh, I should have time warped. Okay, so I think that my win condition right now is no blocks. Okay, my only win condition here is time warp into Wizard's Spellbook. But if I don't keep drawing lands, then that's just simply not happening. Copy of any artifact on the battlefield. Okay. Do I pay? If I pay 1, then if I draw another, okay. And if I draw another blue, I'll have access to Counterspell, which will give me a tap down. I think I do that. Yeah. Come on, land. Land. Not a land. It's not much point. Okay, so maybe the correct way to build this deck... Yep, he's going to get rid of Thassa. Honestly, Gadwick was probably the smarter choice there, but I'm not complaining. So I block you, and I think I do that. Take action. I will tap down your Conclave Tribunal. That does not do me enough. Well, I guess it's possible that he tries to cast the spell, I counterspell it, and then I Chemister's Insight, and I tap down both his Cloudsteel Currents before he can go to combat. Or he's smart. That's also possible. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have Narset's Reversaled. So then we'll tap down that. I have no choice. He doesn't have a combat trick to just finish me. The thing is, like, he probably honestly does, though. There's this Glimmer Wasp. I didn't put any... I should have put board wipes in this deck. Alright. I don't have an effective way to keep his flyers down. That's instant, that's 7, so I can tap down 2, but that's still not going to be enough. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you control an enchantment. I think I can get one more turn, actually. Because I think I can do this. Good game. I tapped down the wrong cards. I needed to tap down the Cloudsteel Curins. That's game. Okay, so still making piloting mistakes, so we're going to keep... No blocks. We're going to keep... we'll keep trying this. Thirst for Meeting, maybe I should... See, it doesn't feel like... It feels like maybe I'm just... Let's see. Maybe the deck is just too top-heavy. The thing is, like, the curve doesn't... I did cut lands. Alright, what's in the top that I can cut? Gadwick. Magic Mirror should be good. Wizard Spellbook, Sea Gate, Mirror Shell Crab. See, the thing is, like, a lot of these... Maybe I get rid of the Voracious Great Shark and put in a land. I'm going to cut Orvar. He just doesn't do enough. Yeah, this deck is just not... Alright. Let's see. Let's go grab another creature. Is there a cheap one-drop creature or something that I can... Let's do Bubble Snare, actually. Maybe I should just build this deck as a combo deck. The problem with that is that then it needs to survive to, like, turn 9. But, like, building a close to infinite turn deck doesn't seem difficult. Yeah. See, this is much closer to the sort of like I still might cut Thirst for Meaning just because I don't think it. Let's do this. Yoink. Hello, sir. I am here to borrow your gilded goose. I'd like to borrow 1 cup of sugar. So next turn is let's just do Gilded Goose. We're going to keep out the Tail's End in case he tries to put Rush Me into play this turn. Close enough. Go away. No free land cards for you. Let's see. I have 5. Yoink. Hey, okay, that's good. Instant, 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 instant. No reason to do any of this now. No attacks in turn. Draw 3 cards. 2 cards in your library ordering will be done during the next step. 1, 2, done. Do I want you? So I would copy the next. Okay. Even if he attacks with the card it did. Okay, so I spend 2 and cast this. Then I cast Opt. Alright, come on. Then I tap 2 and copy Opt. Turn off full control. Yep, I like you. I want to keep getting my land. I will just take 3. I think we're in a decent position. Okay, so next up, search for Zithaka. I will take 4. I probably should have blocked with Errant, actually. I don't need more lands right now. Graveyard. Let's start working towards that. Great Henge is a problem. I don't think he's going to have a good answer to this. Like, he can return it to my hand, but the interesting thing about Agent of Raffine is that, like, I own the card, right? I'm not casting a card from his deck. I'm playing a card that I quote-unquote own. Drawn 4 more cards. Let's do Saloon Division. I should replace Thirst for Meaning with this card. I wonder if I can... Interesting. Mutate. He's probably going to counter that. He has to. If he doesn't, then I blow up his... I blow up his Great Henge. He's got a lot of mana, though. Let's see. Target creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Oh, he can just take out one of my dudes. I don't love that. On the other hand, if he does do that, then I'm just going to use Vivian to smack him. It's kind of depressing that I'm mostly staying in this game via the cards that are in his deck. Yep, that seems about right. Let's see. Oh no, that's actually a big problem. Doesn't have reach though. Graveyard. That might have been a mistake. Doesn't have reach, doesn't have reach, doesn't have reach, doesn't have reach. Target a creature you control. Target a creature you don't control. Okay, so next up, we're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to copy okay, and then finally, sacrifice that. Target a creature you control. Target a creature you don't control. That would have been useful for you several seconds ago. Is he tapped out? Full control. Tap target permanent. Its abilities can't be activated this turn. You can probably go for a Kalani ambush again. I'll let him keep going for the moment. Oh, that's a lot of land. That's not good. Oh, I bet he has Ulamog. Whatever. I still have 3 more charges of Coma. Resolve. Let's see. What else do we do in here? All right, X5. All right. Do I have 7 in my better for? Yes, on top of the deck. Yep. Okay. Should I do Chemister's Insight, Sea Gate Reborn? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, does he have the 0 cost counterspell? Oh, wait, what's he have the... Oh, he has the mana from his land. Oops. That's not good. I just massively overcalculated. That's another misplay, too. That's a really big one. And I don't have any good defenses anymore. I need to kill that before it becomes an even bigger problem. What is he? So he's using something. Doesn't he have something that lets him see the top of his deck, or is he just getting very lucky with pulling good stuff? Yeah, this has gotta die. Now, if he's smart, he'll realize that he can just calmly ambush Gemraiser out of the sky this turn, because I don't have any responses. I think he's smart. I don't like that he's smart. That's not good. Because now he can actually pretty much perfectly time rush me. Okay, but he's going to let me have my land untapped. I don't think that goes well for him. Okay, let's begin. So first we'll do this. Next we'll do that. Okay. Vigilance Haste, Vigilance Haste. None of these have reach. So I need to remove Nissa from the board so that he doesn't have access to as much mana. And then... so we do that. Okay. What do I do about this? Right now he has 1, 2, 3 mana, right? Yes. So I cast this for 1, 2. So you'd have to pay 4. Am I miscounting? I don't think so. Okay, cool. So now he's out of juice and blockers, which means his mana... oh, you know what? He should have... if he'd growth spiraled... that I have to let resolve. Cool. Okay, now that is no longer an issue for me, which means I don't have any other counter spells. Let's do this. 8. Wow. That would have been a lot of lands. Let's do you. And end turn. I guess you could play Euro. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. I can't stop that. So he has a much stronger board state, but he has... Well, no, we're about even on board state, but he's got a weaker hand, I think. Do I have a way I can stop that? Thanks, I guess. Alright, well, I'll take your copy of Sublime Epiphany. Oh, I shouldn't have passed to combat as fast as I did. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would need more. Cancel. What can I use? Counter target spell, counter target triggered or activated ability. Is there anybody? None of my stuff actually makes me draw cards when it ETBs. No, game. I need you to not 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. 4. Counter target spell, counter target triggered ability, return time, non-creature. Target a non-land permanent. Turn target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Let's do... Okay, game, I need you to let me do that. Target a creature you control. You. Target a player. These are all really good. Loosen Zenith. Alright. I see. No, I have to let that resolve. Does letting him have a lot more mana, I will let him do that. I don't love giving him more shit, but $66 to $57. Alright, before he goes to combat, I need to tap down the Crassus. Okay. Okay. I probably shouldn't have let him get that land. I forgot about Ranger. Alright. Alright. Thirst for Meaning. Discard 2 cards. 1, 2. He's going to have to counter this. Can I get one more card into hand in a way that doesn't... Yes, I can. He has... How much? 1, 2, 3. I should make him spend at least 4 mana to do that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. He'll still have to do it, but this isn't going to work out the way he wants. Activated abilities can't be activated this turn, that's fine. This might be one of the longest games of Arena I've played. Why did that just become an 11-11? Kind of a bummer that it's going to end in an L, but let's go fishing, I guess. We have a lot of Word of Invention. Is there a single artifact card that, like, copy it if you don't? No, that's not worth it. Even there's no single artifact that I think I can go get that will stall this out. I need to just keep drawing cards. Let's do this. I probably should have taken the other spell then, the Scry 2. Nope, none of you are what I want. I would need to fetch. I would need a way to get a. I will lose. That was more fun though. What didn't carry its weight? Ulamog annoys me. No blocks. All right, so let's see, how long have we been streaming at this point? Hour 7 minutes. I think that's a good time to stop. Yeah. So if you stopped by, thanks for watching, and for watching that incredibly long game. Obviously, I would have preferred to get, I think we had no legitimate wins, but at least we had some good games, if nothing else. So thanks for watching. I'm going to be ending the stream now. And I'm going to be doing there's only like 5 more cards, actually, before we finish this challenge up. We've done them for every single one. So feel free to subscribe or something if you want to see it. There's also just a playlist of all the decks. Most of them actually have higher win rates than stuff like this. Thanks for stopping by.